everybody. It's Mike, the political science guy, and we're going to talk a little bit about conspiracy theories. Are they real? Sometimes they kind of sort of might be, and a lot of times they kind of sort of aren't. Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein, hanging in a jail cell where the cameras were off and guards weren't paying attention, and figure that seems like it's out the cheese. It sounds like it's for real. And you know what? I'll give that one a probable, that there's something on the inside going on, because he had a huge amount of powerful people that were going to be exposed because he was having them come to Fantasy Island, including Bill Clinton. So, sure, there's some of that. JFK, probable that, Lee Harvey Oswald wasn't alone. Jack Ruby definitely was with the boys, the mafia. That's not in question. So yeah, it's possible. Now, why would the mafia want to knock him off? Well, there's this thing called the Bay of Pigs, and a bunch of their soldiers went off to die there because JFK at the last minute pulled air support and naval support from the invasion of Cuba. So you could say, well, there's some room there. And then, of course, his brother Bobby was the Attorney General of the United States, and he was going after Sam Giancana and the rest of the mafia. So the mafia felt that they had been very supportive of John Kennedy's campaign, and in Chicago they knocked on doors and brought out people to vote for the Kennedys. So it's possible. Now, there's other conspiracy theories and black helicopter stories. It could have to do with food. It could have to do with water. It could have to do with the UN control of this country. That stuff gets pretty far out there if you think about it. And the reality is that there are large government entities and there are elites, and they are often competing with each other. And sometimes they agree and sometimes they don't. But in terms of, for example, trying to take your guns away, there's elites on the Republican side that want you to keep your guns, and there's elites on the Democrat side that want to take your guns, right? So we don't have a conspiracy theory there where the two of them are working hand in hand behind the scenes at some BlackRock conference coming up with a strategy to do that. The Republican Party has gone more populist ever since Trump's arrival, right? So there's definitely no conspiracy theory on that one. Then with regards to GMO foods, and it's a conspiracy theory and so forth, you also got to remember something, that big business has brought you an end to a lot of starvation in the third world because of miracle rice and things like that. So genetically modified foods might speed up cancer. We don't know for sure, but we do know that they've fed a lot of the third world that used to habitually starve. So, not so clear on that one, because the motivation for a lot of these giant corporations is to make money. And if they can make money selling bags of GMO, rice to places in Africa, and they're going to keep a lot of people from starving, is that such a terrible thing? It's just that folks that shop at Whole Foods think it's a terrible thing. And the beauty of our system is that they have the freedom to go ahead and do what they want to do. Now, where would it cross the line is if, for example, a government entity forbade organic farming. If a government entity basically regulated organic farming out of existence, or small family farms out of existence, then you could start looking at the big boys club getting together to screw the little guy, all right? So the bottom line is that, we can even talk about water. Pakistan and Afghanistan and Iran have a lot of water needs, right? And the Iranians and the Afghanis have been at it, actually, and that's about water. It's about, hey, who's going to have access to it? Is it a conspiracy? We're going to shut off your water? Or is it, hey, we just need water too? Or we don't like the way that you're behaving, so we're going to cut off your water. A lot of things that are unexplained become conspiracy theories. And the reality is that it's better to always remember there's lots of explanations out there. I'm Mike, the political science guy. Thanks for taking the time to pop in, and hopefully you'll have a much more balanced way of looking at this.